when you feel nothing and it terrifies you. There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream. It doesn't cry. It doesn't even feel like pain anymore. It feels like nothing. You wake up and there's no sadness, but there's no joy either. You go through the motions, eat, work, scroll, sleep, but it all feels distant, muted, as if life is happening around you, not inside you. You smile when you're supposed to. You say the right words, but your heart, it's silent. This is emotional numbness. And if you're living in it, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not ungrateful. You are in survival mode. Numbness is not the absence of emotion. It's the overload of emotion that your brain can no longer process. So it shuts down. Like a fuse blowing to protect the system, your mind says, "This is too much. Let's turn everything off." And you're left with no motivation, no desire, no spark, no connection. You're not sad. You're not happy. You're just there. And it's terrifying. You may have thought, "I don't even know who I am anymore. I miss feeling things, even the bad ones. I feel like a ghost in my own life. If this is living, what's the point?" But you still go on, because you're supposed to, because people count on you, because stopping feels like failure. So you keep walking, numb, heavy, hollow. Let's name the truth. Purple circle emotional numbness is not weakness. Purple circle, it is not a lack of willpower. Purple circle, it is a nervous system in freeze mode, protecting you from collapse. And it often shows up in women who have carried pain silently for too long, have given more than they've received, have been told to stay strong instead of be real, have never had permission to fully fall apart. So you don't break, you just go blank. And no one sees it because numbness looks functional. You go to work, you reply to texts, you smile at strangers, but inside, it's like your soul is asleep. If you've been asking yourself, "Why don't I feel anything anymore?" Please hear this. You're not empty. You're exhausted. You're not cold. You're carrying too much. And your body, your brilliant, protective body, has hit emotional overload. So it numbed you, to keep you safe, to keep you here. But you weren't meant to live this way. In the next topic, we'll explore the neuroscience of numbness, what happens in your brain, hormones, and nervous system when emotions shut down, and what it actually takes to feel alive again. Because numbness isn't the end. It's a signal. And if you follow it, it can lead you back home. Why you stopped feeling. The brain behind the numbness. When you feel emotionally numb, it's easy to think something is wrong with you. But numbness isn't failure. It's protection. It's your nervous system doing what it was trained to do. Keep you alive in the face of overwhelm. Here's what's really happening inside your brain and body when you go emotionally blank. Brain 1. Your nervous system has 3 speeds. Your body has an internal ladder. Safe and social. Top calm, connected, joyful. Fight or flight, middle anxious, restless, alert. Freeze and shut down, bottom numb, foggy, disconnected. When stress becomes too much for too long, your nervous system can't stay in fight mode. It drops to freeze. This is where numbness lives. You're not running from the threat. You're emotionally paralyzed by it. Brain 2. The brain turns down feeling to prevent collapse. Your amygdala is your brain's emotional smoke alarm. When it detects too much emotional intensity, pain, fear, shame, it sounds the alarm. But if the alarm keeps ringing with no resolution, the brain hits the circuit breaker. It shuts off signals to the prefrontal cortex, decision-making awareness, and limbic system, emotional processing. The result? Flatness, blankness, silence inside your chest. Test tube 3. Chronic stress burns out your feel-good chemicals: dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. These are your emotional color palette. They help you feel pleasure, connection, excitement, love. But prolonged stress, trauma, and depression deplete these neurochemicals. That's why things that used to make you happy don't anymore. Hugs feel distant. Music is just noise. Food is tasteless. Laughter feels like a memory. Your brain isn't broken. It's biochemically out of balance. And that balance can be restored, step by step. Female sign 4. Women are especially vulnerable to numbness. Why? Because women are socially trained to prioritize others' emotions, suppress their own pain, smile through discomfort, apologize for needing help, keep going no matter what. This emotional labor leads to emotional burnout, and burnout over time leads to emotional shutdown. Your system says, if no one's coming to help, let's just go silent. Brain 5. Numbness is a signal, not a sentence. It's your body saying, I've felt too much for too long. I can't carry this weight anymore. If I feel one more thing, I might break. So it freezes. It numbs you to everything, not out of cruelty, but to keep you from tipping over the edge. It's not your fault, but it's also not where the story ends. Light bulb, so what can you do? You don't snap out of numbness. You wake up slowly, gently, with patience, and with tools that we'll explore in the next sections. Because your emotions aren't gone. They're just buried, waiting, protected under layers of fear and fatigue. And when your body feels safe again, they'll come back. In the next topic, I'll share the story of a woman who forgot how to feel until one moment cracked her open and brought her back to life. You're not cold. You're not dead inside. You're still in there. The day she felt something again. Her name was Elise. She hadn't cried in over a year. Not because she didn't want to, but because the tears just wouldn't come. She used to feel everything. Songs made her weep. Books made her ache. Even commercials could spark joy or sorrow. But then life got heavy. Too many disappointments. Too many responsibilities. Too much pretending to be okay. So she shut down. Not suddenly, but gradually, like lights dimming in an empty house. Elise went to work. She answered emails. She smiled at her kids. She made coffee, paid bills, watered plants. But she didn't feel any of it. She felt like a robot. Or worse, like a ghost. Alive in body, asleep in soul. Then one day, something strange happened. She was folding laundry while music played in the background. Not a sad song. Not even a favorite. Just a song with a soft piano and a slow, rising melody. And suddenly, her throat tightened. Her eyes burned. Her chest cracked open just a little. And a single tear slipped down her cheek. She froze. It wasn't grief. It wasn't joy. It wasn't even sadness. It was something deeper. Proof that she could still feel. She sat down on the floor, surrounded by towels and socks, and cried. Not because of the song, but because for the first time in forever, she wasn't numb. That tear didn't fix everything. It didn't erase the years of silence inside her, but it cracked the shell. It reminded her, I'm still here. My heart isn't gone. It's just been quiet. I don't need to force anything. I just need to stop running for myself. After that day, she started noticing more. The warmth of sunlight on her arm, the taste of her tea in the morning, the tension in her shoulders when she felt overwhelmed, the brief, flickering joy when her dog wagged its tail at the door. Tiny sparks, faint at first, but they came more often, and over time, her body remembered how to feel again. Here's what Elise realized. You don't have to feel better. to start healing. You just have to notice what's real. Even if it's faint, even if it's heavy, even if it's messy, the moment you stop judging your numbness and start listening to it, it begins to shift. If you've been living like Elise, not sad, not happy, just numb, please know, you haven't lost yourself. You've just buried parts of you for safekeeping. And now you're ready to dig them up. Gently, slowly, with care. In the next topic, I'll walk you through simple tools and rituals to help you reconnect with your emotions, soften your nervous system, and wake yourself up from the inside, one breath at a time. Because feeling is not a threat. It's your way back to life. How to feel again. Tools to wake up from emotional numbness. You don't need to force yourself to feel. You just need to invite your emotions back in. Gently, slowly, with curiosity, not pressure. Here are the tools to begin waking up one layer at a time. 1. Start with your body. Your emotions live in your body, not just your mind. So if your thoughts feel blank, return to your senses. Try this once a day. Touch something textured, fabric, leaves, water. Notice 3 colors in your room. Take one slow, deep breath and name what it feels like in your chest. Put your hand over your heart and say, I'm still here. These are anchors. They help your system recognize safety. And when your body feels safe, emotions start to move. Writing hand 2. Use the I Noticed journal. Every night, write one sentence that starts with, Today I noticed. Examples. Today I noticed I smiled at a stranger. Today I noticed I felt irritated when my phone rang. Today I noticed the smell of coffee made me pause. Don't judge. Don't analyze. Just track awareness. Because noticing leads to feeling, and feeling leads to healing. Speech balloon 3. Name emotions without needing to fix them. Your goal isn't to be happy. Your goal is to be real. Practice saying, this feels heavy. I think I'm feeling nothing because I'm overwhelmed. I'm numb, but I'm paying attention. Naming what's true builds emotional honesty. And honesty breaks the ice around your heart. No mobile phones 4. Reduce emotional noise. If your system is overloaded, feeling is impossible. Take 30 minutes a day with no phone, no noise, no multitasking. Just sit, walk, breathe, be. Let stillness become familiar again. It's in the quiet that your soul whispers. Woman in lotus position, guided visualization. The room where you wake up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your belly. Let it go slowly. Now imagine walking down a quiet hallway. At the end is a door. You know what's inside. It's the part of you that's been asleep. You open it gently. Inside is a soft, quiet room. No noise. No expectations. Just space. In the middle is a chair. You sit. You don't have to feel anything. You just have to be here. And as you breathe, imagine a faint light flickering inside your chest. Small like a candle, but warm. With every inhale, it grows. Not quickly, not dramatically, just enough to feel something. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's sadness. Maybe it's the simple awareness that you are alive. Let that be enough. You don't have to rush back into feeling. You don't have to fix yourself. You just have to be willing to stay, to breathe, to notice. Because numbness is not your final form. It's your nervous system asking for softness. And today you answered. If this video helped you feel seen or even just feel something, please like it, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to this channel. You're not gone. You're just coming home.